Welcome, everyone, to Let's Get Down to Business. I'm your host, Steve Savant, syndicated financial columnist and money killer commentator. And on today's show, the Academy of Coaching and Education with financial planner, Jerry Guttman. Welcome to the show, Jerry.
Good morning, Steve. Thanks for having me.
Jerry, we're going to turn our whole attention in this segment to professionals who really need training and coaching. In our day, when we went through the basics of educating ourselves and understanding finance, all the companies supplied all that education, tuition.
Everything.
I went through the venerable New England. It was great.
Yep.
Today, none of that happens. Every time I stand in front of a group, every time you stand in front of a group, people go, where did you guys learn this? Where did you pick it up? And that's because we had coaching and training. We even had sales training. The great Brian Tracy came into our gig one time and taught.
Absolutely.
Tell me why this is so necessary to have a school for fiduciaries, a school for financial planners, a school for RIAs.
Both you and I have been in this business. We've been in the financial services arena for 35 years. And there's been a big morph in insurance companies, in financial industries. What they've found is finding people, training people is way too expensive for them. Mm-hmm. It's easier for an insurance company to just go buy a book of business from another insurance company and not have to train anybody. Mm-hmm. But you know what? They still need the horses. Mm-hmm. They need us out there creating selling and presenting new product for them to clients to teach. And that doesn't exist today. The educational part doesn't exist. That's why we started ACE.
Jerry, give me the yin and yang, the difference between coaching and education. Let's set the ground rules for that.
Okay, so coaching would be somebody helping you, listening to what you do. For example, we do a great deal of seminars. So the coaching side would be coaching you how to do the presentation, what to say, where to stand at the end of the seminar, how to get good participation in advance of the seminar.
Okay, so let me just stop you there. So there's a lot of places where I can get a slide deck or a PowerPoint presentation, but I myself don't know how to present. Is that what you're saying?
Most don't.
Okay, so
they
that's
have no
an issue.
idea. That's a huge issue.
Okay,
but here's the thing: everybody thinks everybody gets an invitation at dinner anymore, and they want to send you to a steakhouse, and they're going to be somebody up there that's going to do the slide deck that you share. But the education, which is the yang, the second part that you talked about, very few of the people that are speaking have the education to talk about the topics at hand.
Okay, so ACE is really great for the coaching aspect of my personal skill sets, my personal talents, and nurturing them. But the other side of the education is a knowledge issue. How knowledgeable are we, even as advisors?
On a 1 to 10,
yeah,
I'd say most of us are less than a 2.
Wow. That's a tick above a consumer.
Oh, absolutely. Most financial advisors, and this is not a knock against the industry, it's they've become so focused and so niche, and they work with people that help them with their investments. Mm-hmm. And this is going to sound cold and hard, but most of financial advisors today are bird dogs. Mm-hmm. They're out there finding clients, and then they find an institution for the client to invest, for the rep to take the client to invest the funds for the advisor. And that's okay, because you know what? We don't have the energy today. We don't have the time. We don't have the tools to do all the investigation on every stock, every mutual fund, every bond that goes into a portfolio. You need the back room. Mm-hmm. We offer the education to the advisor. We offer advanced market. Mm-hmm. So Steve, I know I've listened to your shows for a long time. You and I go back a long way. We talk about advanced markets. We talk about talking to large producers. How do they make it work? Where do they get their leads? Well, you know what? They get it because they work in the market where the money is. Mm-hmm. But most advisors today don't know how to put an advanced plan together. ACE teaches people how to go after the bigger dollars, the elephants, if you will.
So it's going back to kind of school here, learning how to prospect correctly to get in front of clients that they want to target.
Absolutely. It is the way to do it. It is a system that has been around for a long time that has been forgotten. Mm-hmm. And insurance companies don't do it, to your point early on. Most places don't know where to go. When you and I first got into business, Steve, they gave us a New York contract. They gave us 6 months of a salary. They gave us a telephone book. And they told us to make a list of 100 people we knew and said, call your 100 people, and that's how you're going to get your education. But they're going to teach you. They're going to train you. They're going to teach you how life insurance works. They're going to teach you how annuities work. That doesn't exist anymore today. That's what ACE is.
So in the academic training, when you look at an academy for coaching and education, you're going to look at the personal side, the skill sets, the talent, but also the educational side. And then the side, like the third part here, see, you're going to do some salesmanship issues. So how do I get, like you said in your presentation, how do I know how to close? How do I open a case? How do I go through the discovery process when I'm trying to learn what the client's need is?
I would venture to tell you that most financial advisors, they're selling an index product. This is not a knock on the industry, but they don't follow up. They leave a lot of money on the table because they don't exactly know to ask those questions. They ask the questions, they put 95% of the client's funds in an index product that may be locked up for 10 or 15 years. That hurts the client. There's a lot of avenues. There's a lot of different investment tools that they can use for the client. Long-term care is a necessity today for most clients. They don't know how to find it. Almost 70% of the average American spends time in a nursing home. How do you solve for that problem? What about estate planning? How does estate planning work? How does tax planning work? What do you do? That's what we teach at ACE. ACE is the Academy of Coaching and Education, to me, is a revitalization, is a bring back all the tools that we just don't have available at our fingertips anymore.
In ACE and coaching, so you're talking about there's a lot of programs within ACE, if I've understood this right, because you have coaching sessions sometimes even one-on-one with Jerry.
Oh, no question about it.
I mean, you know.
We have financial planners that have been in the business for years. My expertise for years has been ERISA plans, is working with business owners, is working with areas that most people don't know about, money purchase plans, defined benefit plans. When a financial advisor comes across a client that has those things, they're afraid to ask those questions. We will teach you what to ask. We will teach you how to get there. There's millions and millions of dollars in those retirement plans that most advisors don't touch because they don't know what to ask.
One of the aspects of your business approach and your methodology is not only the education, but you really have ways to get in to see the person who makes the decision. That, I think, is another ACE characteristic that's really hurting today. Okay, I have all the knowledge. You've coached me. How do I get into the business? How do I talk to the guy that really matters?
That's easy for me. I've done that. I'm an old-fashioned cold call kind of guy. I still like knocking on doors. Sort of weird. However, we have a relationship with another organization called SOFA, and it allows the representative to get in to do seminars, gain confidence with all of the employees there, the business owner. We have such a wonderful opportunity for reps where they didn't know where to turn. In our office, I've got thousands of leads I can't get to. I can turn on the spigot anytime I want, Steve, and have as many leads as I need. I don't think that's something that's common in the industry anymore. People don't know where to turn to get leads. With ACE, through our program, we can get you leads all day long. We can show you how to get those leads, how to sell those leads, be educated to talk about those leads, where we even talk and teach about running your office. Many financial advisors don't even know how to run an office anymore.
As a business.
Yeah. It's huge. I hate to say turnkey because it sounds very simplistic, but it really is. That's what we're doing. We've had wonderful success with it. I am the guinea pig. I've done it for years, for 35 years. I will actually teach and share my successes with everybody that gets involved with ACE.
So it's going to be coaching. It's going to be education. It's going to be learning how to prospect and penetrate the business market through SOFA, the Society for Financial Awareness.
That's correct.
Well, to me, this is a package deal then. And you're going to be able to come and approach people who say, I haven't got any training. There's nothing out there on the web. I have to go through a plan. I bought a software piece and it didn't work anything because I didn't know what I was talking about. So it's not just tools, buying the tool. It's how do I use the tool? How do I educate myself on estate planning, retirement planning, long-term care planning, college planning? All these things you're going to address.
Well, one of the biggest parts of this that we didn't talk about today is marketing, social media. I know little about, you and I, talk about LinkedIn. We talk about these tools. The average financial advisor doesn't know what's available. Steve, we have a relationship with you, and we talk to you about doing videos for financial advisors, doing something just like this so they can market themselves in addition to what we're doing. We have so many arrows in our quiver to make a financial advisor or a representative paramount in the community. We want them to have a good name. We'll teach them television. We'll teach them radio. We'll teach them how to be the person that they may not know how to be in front of somebody. Because as we spoke just before we got on this segment, we talked about the fears that people have in going into doing a seminar. The education we'll give them. Some people have a legitimate fear to speaking in front of public. We'll teach them that all day long. That's what we do.
Wow. Well, I want to thank you, Jerry, for sharing the new idea behind it, something you've been doing for 35 years and now are offering to people, the Academy for Coaching and Education. And keep in mind, before moving forward with any ideas you hear in our show, always check with any tax consultant, legal counsel, or compliance officer, just to keep our nose clean. And you've been watching Let's Get Down to Business. I'm Steve Savant. See you next time.